Hey everybody, Ryan here bringing you on another StarCraft commentary. Round of 16, Lost Saga MSL. What everybody's excited for, they still show a picture of Bisu even though he's gone. Right, so we're going to have a match between teammates now. Both players of Samsung Khan. Both have gotten themselves to the round of 16. One of those was a big surprise, actually. It's going to be JangBi against Frozean. JangBi being an absolute PvT specialist, he is right now with the highest PvT stat in all of StarCraft, almost hitting 70%. It's at 69. It's like 1 or 2 wins away. Ah, so short away. Smiling there, probably chatting with his teammate. It's sometimes what you do. So yeah, he's no real surprise here. Did an overall pretty good job in the round of 32, and now it's gonna go on and kick some ass. I had predicted JangBi to 2-0 Frozean here, and I think pretty much most people agree with me. Frozean would have to do something mad to win. Seriously. Right, on the other side of the spectrum we have everything you need is already inside. Whoa. Gonna have Frozean, the Terran who also calls himself Cute Angel, and for that he has my eternal and absolute gratitude, because I now have another player in professional StarCraft that whenever I watch play, my left eye twitches manically. So thank you for that, Frozean. Thank you. His best matchup is TVP. It's just over 50%. We're going to see overall how it is that he does against JangBi. He hasn't played that much, but, you know, these guys are teammates, so they have, of course, practiced against each other. Frozean does have JangBi and Stork. Whenever he could practice, he would practice against those two guys in his TVP. So we're going to see how this turns out here. 4, 3, 2, 1, go. It's going to be on Byzantium II, fans screaming. I'm going to have Frozean here at the 11 o'clock in white as the Terran. And we're going to have at the 7 o'clock, we're going to have JangBi as the protoss in some other fighting colors. Brown. Them's fighting colors. So, JangBi has elected to wear a puffy, warm jacket, while Frozean has elected not to do so. We're going to see whether that massive jacket gives JangBi a massive advantage or not. But overall, I think pretty much everybody predicts that JangBi will win this today. Don't know of anybody who disagrees. So yeah, let's before everything goes on, let's see whether I can give you guys some fan opinions. Here we go. Coyote80 UK says that JangBi will beat Frozean 2-0, and he says, I think JangBi is the best Protoss player after Bisu right now. That is something that can be debated, but overall I think most people could agree with you there. 2-0 is pretty much a likely outcome here due to JangBi's massive, insane PvT skills. He's not even the only player in Samsung Khan who has these insane skills, now putting down his gateway. Stork is also actually a PvT specialist. That's primarily what he was known for back in the day. He is overall a very good player. Weak against Zerg a little bit, just a little bit, but overall still solid. But yeah, we're talking about JangBi and Frozean, not about Stork. Stork will come later. He's playing against Quandro, but that'll come later. Getting his gas now, JangBi, and overall we're going to see what it is that Frozean does here to try to counter. 95% of people think that JangBi is going to take this. Oh god. Who voted for Frozean? That's what I want to know. But yeah, overall I don't really know what Frozean should do to try to win this. He should possibly go for some early aggression, try to catch JangBi off guard, possibly go for some sort of 2-factory push. JangBi now putting down his cybernetics core, so he's gonna probably go for gateway cybernetics core into another gateway. At least that's the standard, and then go for higher tech. Usually drop tech, but sometimes also Citadel of a Dune and going into Templar tech. We're gonna see overall. Frozean now has his gas fully mining, getting his barracks probably getting ready to build a factory right after that. JangBi now sitting down his scout and scouting the correct direction, and that's of course going to help him out. Frozean hasn't scouted at this point. The second gateway coming up from JangBi is also, it is going to be gateway, cybernetics into gateway, going to pump out some dragoons. Don't see any zealots out for him so far. Frozean trying to prevent the scout with the SCV as long as he can, but not going to happen. First factory now coming down for Frozean. We're going to see whether JangBi manages to harass with that probe. He's definitely going to try to kill that SCV that's mining, that's building the factory, but there is going to be another SCV that comes out. And Frozean's going to use the SCV to repair the other SCV. Second gateway almost coming down now for JangBi. He has this cybernetics core spinning, so he's going to go for some gas, also putting down another pylon to try to get things overall going. First Marine now out for Frozean, so he's going to try to kill any scouting probes, but JangBi has now moved his probe outside, just spinning around. Actually, that was the second Marine for Frozean. He's going to probably put the second down on the ramp, try to kill that probe just as it tries to move inside of his base. Wow, still no zealots out there. Meanwhile, Frozean has his own scouting SCV sitting inside of JangBi's base. Can scout this out, gonna run around, see whether he just runs away. Now Machine Chop now coming up for that first factory, so he's not gonna. We're gonna see whether whether he tries to go for a 2-fact push. Although he might actually, he's still mining gas pretty fully, so he might actually not be thinking of a quick expansion. And I think a quick expansion would be pretty dangerous against JangBi. JangBi's gonna have some dragoons out, possibly gonna think about putting on some early pressure. Machine Chop almost not ready for the factory. Gonna see what it is that Frozean goes for here. Actually has the SCV outside. Okay, just gonna put on a bunker just in case. Saw those two gateways, know those dragoons are gonna be out, and just gonna try to counter the early pressure. But JangBi will have range soon, so even with the bunker there, should be able to do anything. We're gonna see what JangBi goes for some pressure. He's moving with one dragoon, and I think he had another dragoon just set up to protect his natural expansion. Now he's moving out with that dragoon as well. Apparently, I'm not sure. He also has a probe running around and a CV running around for Frozean. 4 Marines just standing outside the bunker. 3 Marines actually moving out, possibly thinking of intercepting. Gonna spot that dragoon. He's still gonna move backward. JangBi has 2 dragoons ready to put on some pressure. Now has cybernetics core, has stopped spinning, which means he has range. So now he's possibly even gonna think of pushing in. I don't see any tanks real out now for Frozean, so JangBi could actually make this a very quick game. There has been the barracks floated into episode. Okay, first tank now out for Frozean. No siege ready as of yet. So actually, okay, that is a command center. He just decided to continue mining gas. Not gonna get the command center as quick as he could have, but probably needed that first tank. Was I thinking of a different build? Never mind. JangBi reacts by putting down his own natural expo, and still has those 4 dragoons just going full on that barracks. And of course, those CVs are gonna have to be repaired because you need a barracks if you want more factories. Barracks is going to be flown away due to the upper danger that is. No scouting SCV is going to find out. Going to see whether Frozean manages to get inside. No, scouting SCV dies. I'm not sure if he spotted an actual expo or not. Could have done that. Could have not. I'm not quite sure. It was a little bit hard to find out. Robotics is not coming up for JangBi, so he's going to transition into possibly some drops. Possibly going to get some reavers going. Try to harass some economy. Siege mode now done. 2 tanks out there for Frozean, going to prevent his natural expo. Zealot and several dragoons out. Again, another scouting ECV going to be sent out by Frozean. Probably going to try to flank around those glandular forces. No, but forming those ground forces. But JangBi has set his dragoons in a flanking position, so he's going to be very careful to not let Frozean get that scouting information. And he's going to be met right by those dragoons and going to get taken out. So Frozean trying to be smart there, but JangBi reacting by putting down another expansion at the 6 o'clock location. So he's going full on. I only still see 1 factory out for Frozean. He's kind of turning up a little bit, trying to establish his natural expo, then probably going to start building up, getting some more factories. Natural expo also now up for JangBi. Gonna have another expansion ready soon enough at the 6 o'clock position. Well, Frozean definitely hasn't scouted that, so he doesn't know that. Meanwhile, Frozean is putting down some missile turrets, possibly thinking of countering that drop that is going to be coming his way soon enough. Meanwhile, JangBi has kind of a partial contain going for him, has those dragoons there. Another factory going to come down for Frozean, so he's going to soon enough get more ground forces out there. We're going to see whether he get some vultures out there and plant some mines. Those will help him out against all those dragoons. 6 o'clock expansion almost ready for JangBi. Has a shuttle out as well as a robotic support just in time, so we're going to have reavers out fairly soon. Some fans there standing around staring easily eyes. 4 factory build from Frozean. He's adding a bunch of factories. Going to see whether he adds some more turrets. No, he's not. Just trying to intercept as much as he can. Has an engineering bay around floating, of course. With those turrets around, that is what you would insinuate. Some probes being transferred, and observatory being put down at the proxy location. Also another pylon going to try to block off as well as he can to prevent some vulture harass that could be coming his way. JangBi is getting ready for that drop. There are several tanks out there in the